You know, when we fall asleep, our minds go to some pretty wild places. But what if you could do more than just watch the dream unfold? What if you could actually wake up inside of it and take control? Today, we're diving into two absolutely fascinating states of consciousness that promise just that: lucid dreaming and astral projection. Now, they get mixed up all the time, but the real differences between them, well, they might just change how you think about your own mind.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with the whole idea of waking up inside a dream. Then we'll get into the pretty wild concept of leaving your body behind. We'll compare how these two experiences actually feel different, what's supposedly going on under the hood, and finally, we'll see how the line between them can get surprisingly blurry.
So let me ask you this. Has this ever happened to you? Not waking up from the dream, but waking up inside it. That sudden flash of awareness that, whoa, hold on, I'm dreaming right now. That moment right there is the magic key. It's the one thing that turns a regular old dream into a lucid one. Okay, so let's start right there in the world of lucid dreaming. What is actually going on when your conscious mind just boots up while your body's still completely out for the count?
It really just boils down to one word: awareness. That wait a second, I'm dreaming moment is literally everything. Because once you have that, you go from being a passenger just watching the movie of your dream to being the director. You can change the scene, conjure up characters, you could even decide to fly just for the heck of it.
And this is where it gets kind of mind-bending. A really powerful lucid dream isn't some fuzzy, vague fantasy. It can feel hyper-realistic. We're talking people reporting feeling gravity pulling on them, the texture of a brick wall, the cold, even pain. You feel totally grounded in what seems like a very real physical body. Some people even train themselves to enter this state directly from being awake, basically keeping their consciousness online as their body falls asleep.
Okay, so that's lucid dreaming. Pretty cool, right? But now we're going to shift gears to something, well, something else entirely. This next experience isn't about controlling a simulation inside your head. It's about your consciousness supposedly packing its bags and leaving your physical body to go explore somewhere else.
And this is the fundamental difference. Astral projection, or an out-of-body experience, an OBE, it's all about separation. The whole idea is that your awareness literally transfers from your physical body into this non-physical double, this astral body. You're not just directing a dream anymore. You are piloting a completely different vehicle for your consciousness.
So what's this astral body supposed to be like? Well, think of it like an energetic copy of your physical form, but way lighter, almost buzzing with energy. Lots of accounts talk about it being connected back to your sleeping body by a kind of ethereal tether, often called a silver cord. And this is the body that's said to let you navigate these other non-physical realms, the so-called astral planes.
So we've got the definitions down. But let's get to the really juicy question. How can you tell them apart from the inside? If this happened to you tonight, what are the clues? What are the specific tells that would let you know if you're in a lucid dream or if you're having an OBE? While the process of actually leaving the body is said to have its own very unique set of symptoms, it often kicks off in that weird, fragile state right as you're drifting off to sleep. People report hearing a strange noise, not with their ears, but like inside their head. And that's followed by this intense feeling of vibrations or an electrical current zapping through their whole body. This is supposedly the moment that the subtle body is getting ready to separate. And this is where we see the key differences, side by side. And check out this paradox. This is fascinating. The lucid dream, which is happening entirely in your mind, is often reported to feel more physically real. You feel gravity, pain, texture. But in an OBE, you're aware of a separate, lighter body that has fewer physical sensations. The control is different too. In a lucid dream, you change the world around you. In an OBE, you command your astral body within that world. Now here is one of the weirdest and most classic reality checks that people talk about. If you find yourself in one of these states, try this. Look at your hands. In an OBE, people often report that their hands look weird. They might shimmer or distort or even look like they're melting. It's a visual glitch that's considered a telltale sign that you're looking at your astral form, and it's something that doesn't usually happen in a lucid dream. So why? Why do they feel so incredibly different? Well, the theory goes that it's because you're using two totally different vehicles for your consciousness. It's not just a shift in your awareness, it's a shift in what kind of body you're actually using. So according to the author Robert Bruce, a lucid dream is a projection of the mental body. You can think of this as the vehicle for your conscious thought. It's your mind itself building a world for it to play in. An OBE, though, is a projection of the astral body, a vehicle that's more closely tied to the energy of your physical form. So, different bodies, different rules, and totally different sensations. And this model goes even deeper. It suggests that these aren't different places in the way that your kitchen and your bedroom are different places. Instead, think of them like different radio stations, broadcasting on different frequencies. The mental dimension and the astral dimension, they're overlapping and exist right here, right now. Having a lucid dream or an OBE is like tuning your consciousness to a different frequency, which lets you perceive a whole other reality.
But here's the thing. This all builds to a final, really crucial point. After we've spent all this time carefully separating these two experiences, it turns out the reality of it might be a whole lot more fluid.
And this quote just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? The boundaries between these states aren't solid walls. During a single night's adventure, a person's consciousness can apparently just flicker back and forth. You could be in a lucid dream, and then suddenly you're having an OBE, and then boom, you slip right back into a regular dream.
So maybe the big takeaway here is to stop thinking about these as totally separate boxes. It's better to see them as points on a vast spectrum of consciousness. They're related states that your mind can just flow between. And that suggests that consciousness itself is far more fluid than we usually think. And it totally explains why memories of these inner journeys can be so rich, so complex, and yeah, sometimes pretty darn confusing.
Which of course leaves us with the ultimate question. Are these incredibly profound experiences just intricate light shows put on by our brains, different psychological states? Or, as the people who do this believe, are they actual, genuine explorations of realities that exist just outside the reach of our normal waking senses? The jury's still out on that one, and it's definitely something to think about.